in an unofficial capacity, Floyd lost that fight because I believe Floyd Money Mayweather could beat that man and any other guy with a 1-0 record, any other amateur, as easily as he wants, as quickly as he wants. Floyd could have put this thing into another gear and knocked this man out with a kidney shot in a minute, in 2 minutes. He let him hang around. He carried Logan Paul. And as a result, now we're going to have to listen to Logan Paul and his brother Jake parade around town from now until the end of time, and they've already started it saying they beat Floyd Mayweather, 15-1 Floyd. So Floyd is laughing to the bank. He doesn't care what I think, what you think, what anyone thinks. He just wants to go to the bank and cash that money, and by the way, more power to him. Only in America he's making hundreds of millions of dollars to do that, to play fantasy camp. DC, that was Home Alone 3. That was the Home Alone 3 version of Mayweather-McGregor. What I mean by that is, we saw the first 2 movies. They were great. No one watched Home Alone 3. It was a blockbuster straight to VHS. Shout out to VHS once again. Bargain, discount, bin movie that no one wanted to watch. This was the Home Alone 3 version of Mayweather-McGregor. Mayweather-McGregor, we suspended disbelief. We thought for a second that Conor could knock him out. Of course, we found out he couldn't. And now they tried to get us again, and they got us again. And guess what? It's not a loss for boxing. Everyone was talking about boxing. Stop trying to say that boxing is dead. Stop trying to say that Mayweather's legacy is ruined. No, at the end of the day, they all made money, and this will continue to happen.
My friends, my friends, my friends. We back. Woo! A nice healthy cough for you. To kick things right off, Ed walks in the room shaking his head, and we don't know why. Clips MP64! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your team. My goodness. I owe Ed 20-something. 20! You even got the sound effects, bro. I don't even know how you earned sound effects. I don't know how you earned that echo, Ed. But you've certainly got one now. We are here. We are live. We are back. I've been waiting to see the notification for Coach going live MP64. My gosh. When I say I'm honored that you even cared that we've been gone for a week, I bow my head in respect and humility. I am humbled by the fact that you've been paying attention. Shout out, Free World. Couldn't be happier to be back. We are here with some UFC 4 in your life. Let's get things started off. I want to get warmed up. It's literally PlayStation 5 stayed at home. I had no internet connection, and I was looking forward to challenging myself to 5 nights without the PlayStation, and it went quite well. I did play video games. I went to a friend's house and played a couple of games, but I didn't bring my own, and I didn't play my games, most importantly. So you guys couldn't be happier to be here. Let's get things started off with a quick match just to get things going. I think we're doing a lightweight and bantamweight. Doesn't matter. We'll look for a bantamweight. Let's go. Let's actually switch it up. Let's switch it up and go back here. But at the opening of this thing, so not a whole lot of heat went down in my absence. Not a whole heck of a lot in the MMA world, but we did see, of course, Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I always mess up his name. Jairzinho Rozenstruik had a fight this weekend. Of course, he scored his got a knockout victory against Tybura. I'd have to look up the name, but he got a knockout victory. I expected it. I expected it to go to decision, but he did get the victory. I think that was the most notable thing from this last weekend, except for, of course, the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight, which was just awful. Clips MP64 says, Coach, how was the motel? So, thanks for asking. You know, we'll just jump into World Championship. That took a little too long for my pleasure. So, I had a blast. I actually had a good time. The hotel room itself, it was a nice hotel, but the room, you know, my wife wiped down a whole bunch of stuff. It was all filthy and dirty, so it was uncomfortable the first night we stayed there because we weren't used to it. We were pissed off. I was pissed off because of what my neighbor had put me through and still is putting me through. And so that first night was uncomfortable, but afterwards we got settled into the hotel. We got more familiar with, you know, the area in which we were staying. We made the most of it. We invited some friends to stop by, and we went house hunting with them, and just talked it up. Oh my God! First fight back in ranked, and we're looking at Shakar 510. My goodness. This is brutal. But outside of that, it was fun. It was cool to get out of the house, get out of the environment that you get so used to staying in. I was quite excited for it, man. I was looking forward to it. And that aspect, getting a fresh view of the world from a different house, wake up in a different place and all that. But I will say, it was hard. Like, not streaming Clips MP64, it was, I missed it. I will say, you know, I missed it. But I'm always excited to stream. Like, Ed20 saw our new schedule that was inspired by Ed20. And he said, well, you're going to stream every day? And I was like, yeah, I could take a break, but I'm playing video games anyway. And I mean it when I say it. I don't have fun playing video games as much unless I'm streaming. It's just how it is now. So here we go. Shout out to the third person. Ed20 says, Coach still sleeps with the nightlight on. Trying to go for my manhood. I won't let him take it. But I do sleep with that nightlight on because it does help me sleep and keeps me from waking up in sheer terror that the boogeyman has finally decided to come get me out of my closet. So thank you, Ed, for telling the world about my and yours little secret. That thing I confided in you. Ed just spilled it to the world. Give it a week before Coach stops following the script. No, you know what? I might not. Ed, my wife would probably be laughing at that. Like, Ed knows you very well. No, but I will continue using the schedule. There's no doubt about it. We're going to continue using the schedule. I think the schedule's a good idea. It's fair. Hey, Clipmofia! Welcome to the stream. Welcome back to your team. I appreciate you being here, Clipmofia. Couldn't be happier to see you, my guy. I'm just fighting a true sweat right now. I've used that word. That word has gotten into my inventory. Thanks to you, Zoomers. I think that's what we'd call you. But I'm going up against a guy here who's a Division 18. This is my first fight. First fight back. And I'm fighting a Division 18 guy. This is my very first placement fight. This is just insanity. So, Clipmofia says, oh, all about you, blah, blah, blah. Welcome to your stream. Welcome to your team, my guy. He says, I can't believe Logan Paul beat Floyd Mayweather. Shaking my head. I can't believe you're adopting that line that Floyd Mayweather lost that fight. If you look at the stats, Floyd Mayweather allowed this guy to get through the fight. And you know what? Floyd Mayweather's done, and I'll never let him do this again to me. I didn't actually buy the fight, and I didn't see it live. I wasn't in a position where I could have gotten it, but I was like, something was telling me. I looked at the card, and I said, this is Floyd Mayweather we're talking about. Floyd Mayweather got me to pay $100 for that Pacquiao fight, and I've never forgave him. I realize he's the greatest boxer of my lifetime, but I cannot forgive him for what he did. I look forward to that Manny Pacquiao fight for probably the better part of a decade. It was just insane. All About You Blah Blah says, Logan took Floyd's back, and the ref separated them. I couldn't believe it. There was a lot of moments in that fight that I couldn't believe. Specifically, kind of one thing that works for Mayweather's side is that people were saying that Logan Paul won that first round with that flurry that I saw. I did catch that flurry. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I did catch that flurry. Sorry about that, guys. And Logan Paul might have landed a glancing blow in that, like 10-shot combo he threw, that barrage of craziness. Ed 20 says, I feel sorry for Logan's girl. He's got no gas. Like, you're crazy. So that's where Logan Paul deserves credit. He's clearly in shape. He's in terrific shape. He did fight 8 rounds. He went 8 rounds of boxing. Most of the people you look around with, most of the people you walk around with cannot fight for more than 3 minutes. They wouldn't make it through a round. If you don't train, you're not conditioned to fight for that long. It's just how it is. I don't know if you've ever been in a fight before, Ed. I'm not saying you had to have, because it's stupid. But it's incredibly tiring to fight somebody. It's unreal how tired. You don't get that tired doing almost anything else. I've never, the most exhausted I've ever been, to the point where, you're throwing up. I've worked out where you throw up. I've done, but this is a different type. I couldn't believe that either. All about at Clipson MP64 says, Coach, since there was no winner, who do you think won in your mind? I don't even think it's a think. And Clips, MP64, let me know if you disagree, but I think Floyd Mayweather clearly won that fight. If there were judges assigned to calling that fight, just looking at it as a boxing match, Floyd Mayweather outlanded him. He was much more efficient as well. He threw fewer shots and landed more punches, so he clearly won, and landed the more substantial or consequential shots. So he won. Now, people are going to say, Clips, that Floyd Mayweather actually won that fight. There are people out there right now that Logan Paul won that fight. Of course, we expect Logan Paul to say, oh yeah, my brother won that fight because he survived. But, there is no victory in simply surviving. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did lose. He shouldn't have made it. But he did. Logan should have went for the rear naked. That was the one way he could have beaten Floyd, because he's huge compared to Floyd Mayweather. Could you imagine if he did? He just sunk one in and just said, F it. I'm going for all the headlines for the next month. Just sunk in a RNC on Floyd and made Floyd tap. And Floyd just couldn't do anything about it. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I think that would have been more entertaining. Because honestly, the fight, it was so... What I was beginning to say about Floyd Mayweather was that he's ripped us off before, and he did it again. He did it again. I don't think Logan would have made it out of that fight if Floyd was fighting legit, throwing shots to the kidney, throwing shots to the body. I did see the footage where it appears that Logan is being held up after eating like a right hand from Floyd. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if he actually got knocked out. Logan denies it. It kind of does look like he got rocked. It looked like he got rocked and held up. But who knows? How does Logan do in MMA? Ed, you answer that question for me. You are... Oh, no! Oh, my God. Everybody in here is just as big an MMA fan as I am. I was winning this round until that just happened. You know what happens to Logan if he fights in MMA. You know who I was thinking when I heard about the MMA thing is that Mike Jackson, the reporter who fought CM Punk and humiliated, by the way, CM Punk. I think that guy would absolutely destroy Logan Paul. Different weight class, much smaller man, but even a guy that inexperienced and that outsized. MMA is so much more difficult. It's a different sport. It's so much more difficult. You know, you can't go out there and just try to be a killer and swing for the fences. You're going to have a much harder time dealing with anybody that knows anything about the fight. Now, if Logan Paul gets into a celebrity MMA fight like KSI comes back, I think that would be a smart move. Oh my God. Oh no. I got to try to get the clean, try to get a finish, or try to get a drop. Oh. Ah. Scott Coker has said he'd welcome Logan to Bellator, but Logan wants to fight in the UFC. Logan wants to fight in the UFC. Dana. Oh my God! Hey, PP here, 64. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your team. He says, "Hey, hello, Coach. I'm glad to see that you're back." Yes, my friend, we are back. I just took a loss in my first fight back, though. I just jumped into ranked and got matched up with a Division 18 guy. And huge PP in here jumped in at the last second, distracting me with the sheer girth of and length of his talents. He's coming in here, laying it down heavy for everybody, letting them know that he is the huge PP. We're not going to let that loss happen again. That was my warm-up, folks. We are 0-1 to start Season 8. Can you believe it? Hey, Kingfisher MMA! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your team. Welcome to the stream. Ayo, fancy a game? Just joined, but can go one if you like. Kingfisher, do you think I'm a fool? You think I'm going to skip an opportunity on the first day back to get a scrap in with 20? I fed you that one at 20, pointing out that there is an out of context coach quote. Distracting me with his sheer girth is one of the worst comments I've made, and yes, it will remain recorded. But yes, Kingfisher, I absolutely would love to get a spar in with you. Let's see where you're at. Let's see. What's your gamer tag, Kingfisher? I don't know why I don't have you on my friends list. Let's see if I can Kingfisher. Oh, there you go. With the Starbucks logo, Starbucks cup there. But yeah, I'm glad to be back, Kingfisher. I'm very glad. Oh, PP Huge. I'm very glad to be back. I missed it. When I was gone, I missed streaming. I didn't even bring my PS5 with me. I did play a couple games. I didn't bring the PS5 with me. I'm, tried to stay away from the games as much as possible. But I missed it quite a bit. We're getting a quick scrap in with the boy, Kingfisher MMA. I don't know if you have a different weight class you want to fight, and just let me know. Otherwise, I don't care. I'll just keep it at welterweight. But yeah, like I said, not to keep on beating a dead horse here. Keep talking about Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul. You guys are seeing it on all of your social media, on all the MMA websites, it's everywhere. But the fact of the matter is that Floyd Mayweather, allowed Logan Paul, whether you believe this or not, he allowed Logan Paul and Conor McGregor to make it to the end of those fights. You know, I think he tried to I do agree that Mayweather showed some difficulty. It looked like he tried to put it on him. I saw some highlights where it looked like he was trying to put it on him. And he just couldn't. So that might be Floyd's age. In Floyd's prime, of course, that would have been a huge mistake of Logan Paul. He would have gotten hurt. PP Hughes says, Coach, I forget, why did you leave? So, PP, that's a good question. I had to leave, which I never would have. I had to leave because I have I live next to the worst people. I live underneath the worst human beings in all of Arizona. I mean, literally, they're just horrible. And it basically, these terrible people had a leak in their apartment and didn't call maintenance to have it fixed. They just chose to fix it by putting a bucket underneath the faucet, underneath their garbage disposal, so it's filthy. A bucket of filthy dishwater and whatever else, other disgusting things you put in your kitchen sink, excuse me. And she drinks alcohol. She passed out and let this bucket overflow. And I think when she tried to fix the bucket, she dropped it, and even more water spilled out. And all of that filth dripped down into my apartment. So you can imagine my fury and disgust with a person I already did not like. And there's not very many. It's hard. If I don't like you, I mean, I'm not saying I'm some saint or anything, but I like pretty much everybody. Almost everybody, I mean. I give everybody a fair shot. This one, no, I do not like her. And I had her filth in my apartment. So anyways, the apartment had to be, some construction, some work needed to be done, tearing out the walls, tearing out the cupboards. And they couldn't do that while we were in the apartment. So we stayed in a hotel for a week, and hotels don't have great Wi-Fi, my man. So therefore, that's why I was gone. Lil Huddy! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your team, my guy. We're getting a little spar in here with Kingfisher MMA. It's my second fight back. First fight was ranked. This is weird, but it feels good. And actually, the game looks a lot better. You take a break, the animations look crisp and clean. But Lil Huddy, I want to know, who did you have? I forget who you had going in. Oh, I forget who you had going into this Mayweather-Logan fight. I know you have Tyrone Woodley for the Paul fight, for the Jake Paul fight. And by the way, I liked it better when I didn't know the difference between these two brothers. I liked it better when I couldn't tell the difference between the two of them. I mean, this was a matter of a month ago or 2 months ago. I could not, before the Ben Askren promotion, I couldn't tell you the difference between Ben and Jake Paul. Or Jake and whatever, the Paul brothers. Coach, you're striking sucks right now. You're just throwing the flying knee and hoping. Where's your setups? Thank you. Thank you. That's what I need. That's what I need in my life is Ed20 letting me know what I'm doing wrong. I posted Floyd was going to make Logan a meme, but the fight was... That's right. That's right. Not fight was born. Mayweather, I said it before you got in here. Lil Hood. I will never do that again. I will never fall for a Floyd Mayweather situation again. It's just not going to happen to me. Hey, PP Huge, my guy, thank you very much. PP Huge says, I'm sorry about that flooding. You don't deserve that. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Stuff happens to everybody. But thanks for saying that. I appreciate it. Genuinely do. My wife has that smile on her face. She overheard your comment, of course. She's making that face. Imagine finishing Conor and not Logan Paul. Yes, Lil Huddy, that should give you some idea of what was happening last night. If you don't think that Floyd Mayweather could have finished both of them, Floyd Mayweather would have finished even Conor McGregor. Neither time did Floyd Mayweather deliver a legitimate fight, in my opinion. Like, if he's in a box, I want to see him use that boxing skill that we've always seen him use. Not that, like, march forward and hold both his hands up. He doesn't even use the Floyd Mayweather defense against these guys. He doesn't even use it. I mean, look at that first barrage that Logan Paul threw. There was none of the signs of that old Mayweather defense system that you're used to seeing. Say hello to the lady. I can't imagine what she went through. Putting up with you for a week. How dare you, Ed 20? Funny thing about staying in this hotel is I have a large bed. I think it's what's called like a California king. It's not because it comes from California. It's just the size of the bed. It's a bigger one. And so going from that to the hotel, staying in it wasn't even a king. I think it might have been just like a full-size bed. It was weird. But we got used to it after a day. Astro Blaze! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your team, my guy. Astro Blaze says, did we watch the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight? I didn't see it live. I saw the clips afterwards, and we're talking about it right now, man. I think everybody in here agrees that it turned out to be a very boring affair. It was a very boring fight. And it wasn't even really a fight. It was an exhibition. I guess they said what it was, and I didn't believe it. It wasn't, because it was an exhibition, and I wish we could have seen a fight. I wish we would have seen a real fight. Ed 20 says, Kingfisher is a clean striker. Yeah, Kingfisher is no joke. Kingfisher can fight. Kingfisher is a legit UFC 4 player, without a doubt. He's a high-level striker. And shout out to the 5 people that gave a like coming in here, being nice. But Astro, what did you think? I mean, my official, just without going in all the words, not chewing people's ears up again, but in my opinion, Floyd carried the fight, got everybody again, tricked everybody again. All he cares about once again is that money. He doesn't care about our entertainment, and he got us, and he won't get me again at least. Clips MP64 says there's already memes about Floyd and Logan. Oh, I bet there was. They already had those memes going, prepared before the fight ended. So here we go, getting a quick one in. And Chad Ochocinco, I don't know if overseas you're too familiar with the American football player Chad Ochocinco, but that was hilarious. Seeing him get knocked down and then talk about how he's not a fighter and all this stuff, or he's not a boxer, he's a fighter. That was pretty funny to see. Ed says, if you pay for that fight, you wear a tinfoil hat. Hey, Lord Koj, welcome to the stream, welcome to your team. Shout out to Lord Koj, who's driving. He's driving and checking us out. I am honored. Thank you, my man. I'm having some rough fights to return, Lord Koj. We're just talking about Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather getting it in last night. Of course, they had their exhibition, their uneventful exhibition match last night. The most recent Floyd Mayweather heist, I'm going to call that, because that man robs the bank. Ed 20 says, wear a seatbelt and follow the regulations of the road, Lord Koj. Don't text and drive. Oh, you're getting warnings from the team. Everybody wants to see you safe, Lord Koj. You don't want any fallen team members. Of course, Lord Koj, stay safe. But of course, always, no matter what, stay logged into the stream. Even if you get into a little fender bender, do not take off the stream. We do want YouTube's analytics to capture your view. I'm just joking. Stay safe. Stay safe. My goodness. Kingfisher doing this darn thing. Woo! my goodness. Oh, I'm just getting killed. Don't worry. Why Showtime and all these guys are financially behind him. He doesn't deliver for the money they pay him. He's not entertaining. So he's not entertaining. You know, and he doesn't deliver. He delivers the money. He definitely delivers the money at 20. People pay for Floyd Mayweather fights. Hey, respect to Kingfisher MMA, who just delivered my second beating of the stream. I just come back and just take these losses, you guys. I'm taking losses on my way back. But I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm just getting, I have gone into ranked. But Kingfisher, thank you for helping me. Getting these fingers lubed up. Shout out to the Coaches Out of Context collection. Back to back like Meek Mill. Oh, God, you just back to back me. Reminder that Rodtang is the greatest flyweight on the planet. He started out in kickboxing. Clips MP64 says, damn, Coach lost his mojo. I did. You better believe I lost my mojo off after this week. I lost my mojo a little bit, my friend. It's here. It's real, but I'm getting it back. This is part of the process, you guys. You're going to see me lose, and then I'm going to come back. It's just going to be a steady build. It will be a steady build. My worst season, where I never even hit the top 100, I think in season 6. I think I had my worst record. I had the worst stream I've ever had was in season 6, where I lost 4 fights in a row on the stream. Never hit the top one. I don't know what happened. There you go, Ed. You're a little late on that one. I fed that one to you. But MP64, we're pulling it back together, my guy. Coach, how close are you to the top 100? Last season. This is a new season. Good game, man. Want to go another one in Feather? And yeah, I mean, I think Logan did better than I thought he was going to do, but why Floyd didn't do as good he usually does. A lot more chances he could have caught Logan. Yeah, he could have. It almost made it look like there was an agreement not to harm each other. I hate to say that, but it really does look that way to me. So, Little Heidi says Nate beats Marty. Listen. Hold on. Let me make a quick phone call. Little Heidi just said Nate beats Huddy. So hold on one second. I'll be right there. I'm going to put this on mute real quick. I got to make a phone call. Hello, is this Google? Yes. Google? Yes. I have a user, his name is Lil Huddy. I need you to deactivate everything associated with him because he's wilding out and saying some pretty crazy things on my chat, in my stream. So if you could go ahead and deactivate everything, it's LILHUDDY. And I think he's made terroristic threats as well, so you might want to send some weapons. I'm back, everybody. Thank you very much for the break. Ed 20 says, I don't get why people don't understand. Logan had over 30 pounds on him. Floyd has a safety first style, not going to take huge risks. Yeah, he's not. Lottie, Kingfisher. I'm not joking. Hopefully, I don't know what you guys are laughing at. Hopefully, everything's okay. Oh, I wasn't on mute. Oh, God. MP64 says, didn't they put lighter gloves so it'll be harder to knock each other out? Yeah, I think they're using bigger gloves. I think they were, Clips MP64. I don't know that for sure, but I believe there were different sizes. Hey, Coach, what's the status on the Francis call? Status of the Francis call is it's still in the oven. That's got to come. It will be done for the special moment. Oh wait, at 20, you said they went from 12 ounce to 10 ounce, so they did fight with 10 ounce gloves. Did they go with a smaller glove? Kingfish says, nah, heavier. Yes, thank you for the correction. Oh, you're right. They went from 8 to 10. Okay, that makes sense. They went from 8 to 10. So, yes, Clips MP64. They went from 8-ounce gloves to 10-ounce larger gloves. I knew what you meant by lighter as well. But he's right. They're bigger gloves to offer more padding. Which, once again, I would rather see a boxing match. If you're going to put a guy like Floyd Mayweather in there, like, if LeBron James, if there's some sort of challenge out there in the future, like a retired LeBron James comes out and says, hey, I want to start playing fans and celebrities and stuff like that. If LeBron James comes back and he's missing shots and he's not dunking and he's only doing layups and he's not, he's not fighting, playing the way he could, everybody would be like, what are you doing? Why would we pay to see you come back and not perform well? Like, we're here to see it. Ed 20 says, Coach, what's this? And he says, our 100 sub special hasn't happened. It's in the works. The 100 sub special is still in the works. I barely made contact today to get that thing going, but it's in the works, and I'm going to make good. I plan on making good on our 100 sub special, which will be a tournament. It'll be a tournament, and it'll be this weekend. I'm going to hope to get this thing done this weekend and make due on my promise. Make good on my promise. Kingfisher says, hey, Coach, who did your logo? My wife. My beautiful wife made this logo. Why do you ask, Kingfisher? Honestly, and as soon as she finished it, I like simple things. I like what it looked like. I mean, it represented the heavy hand, had a coach, a whistle there. I just absolutely loved it. Woo! Going low. We don't want this fight to keep going. I want to see if I can... Okay, I want to stay calm. Woo, Coach, who are your picks for this weekend? I will get you your picks for this weekend. She got like Instagram or Twitter or whatever. I would love to see more art that's as a kind of artist myself. No, she actually doesn't, but that's a good idea. She does not have a Twitter or Instagram with artwork or anything else like that. In fact, she's not even really an artist. She just did that. She's more artsy. I have zero art capabilities, Kingfisher. Zero art capabilities. Zero ability to... my level of artiste is stick figures. I'll draw you a nice stick figure and a sun and a tree. I'm still second grade level drawing. I don't know what's wrong. My whole family's that way too. My sister, I have a brother that he can't draw. It's pretty crazy. And PP64 asked the question. I missed it. If it were a real fight, I'm pretty sure Logan would have been KO'd or killed. All right. If she ever runs, so let me know. I'll follow her. Absolutely. Thank you, Kingfisher. I'll let her know. She has a follower in you. But, hey, don't be looking at her too closely. I see you right now. And I see you and her making some eye contact, and I'm not comfortable with it. I get jealous easy, and I see you giving her a sneaky eye, and she's giving you she's giving you one back. We had this conversation many times before. You don't be looking at other men. Not in the eyes. Anyways, Kingfisher, don't be trying to ruin a happy household over here. So in a real fight, Logan picks him up and dumps him on his head at 20. No, I got my own partner. I'm just messing with you, Kingfisher. I'm just joking with you, my guy. But I'm glad you do. By the way, at 20, I hate to disagree with you again. I'm not just being contrarian. I'm not seeing your comments and just trying to disagree with you. But I would argue with your point that someone would just pick up Floyd Mayweather simply and dump him on his head. Floyd, if it were a street fight, Floyd Mayweather, and they weren't in the confines of a ring, Floyd Mayweather, even at 44, is probably capable of keeping away from. Still has excellent footwork and able to keep out of range of Logan Paul. I still, in a street fight scenario where Logan could tackle, even though Logan Paul is a wrestler, he wrestled. I think Floyd would be good enough to at least keep away and not get grabbed. I'm not saying he wins that. So in a street fight, Floyd beats Logan. In a real fight, I think Floyd Mayweather would be able to keep the fight standing long enough to land a real shot and beat. He's such a great boxer that if you were willing to break his hands, yes, I think he would win that. I think he would hurt Logan Paul. And like I said, but keep taking it from me, I think he could have finished that fight this weekend. I really do. I think Logan maybe could get the chance to dump him, but even then, it would be very hard. Plus, Logan said he tried MMA and said it was hard as hell. Yeah, Logan Paul did say it was hard. He's right. Hey, Dennis Paul! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your Team Stream legend. Dennis Poor has returned to his team. Dennis Poor, what'd you eat for dinner? Ed 20 says, Floyd's boxing wouldn't work in MMA either. His style isn't designed for 4-ounce gloves. He relies on big gloves in the guard. Yeah, he does. But Floyd is 40, but he's also has great head movement. Yes, I agree, Kingfisher, with all of those points you made. Dennis Poor in here with the pasta and chili sauce in the building. Our man quit on us. We're going to take it. Woo! It's a wrap! First victory of Season 8. And shout out to all 7 people. I think Dennis Poor gave us lucky 7 like. Thank you very much for that 7th like. Shout out to Dennis Poor. But yeah, Floyd Mayweather definitely has... Floyd Mayweather has better head movement, and little people in street fights, it's not a rap. He rage quit. Hate when people do it, but I get it too, to be honest. Yeah, Kingfisher, I totally understand it. That's why I don't really get mad. I've gotten mad on a couple occasions, like when the guy has a lot of rank points above me, and I could it really hurt how many points I would get by him quitting. I've gotten frustrated, I will admit, but most of the time, I don't really care. Because I get it. This game, if you're doing well, it makes the loser feel like it's cheating, or not cheating, but it's just like it's spammy, or it's just not fun to lose in this game. You say, which games are fun to lose in? Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter, all of these games, it sucks when somebody does cheesy things to you, but it's still like it has a semblance of fun. It looks somewhat fun. Dennis Poor says, play Tekken, play MK. Hey, by the way, on my Twitter page, Dennis Poor, you will find our schedule. We've got a schedule of games that we'll be playing. I will release it every week. Today we are playing UFC and Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 is coming up next. In the year 2000, Logan was 5 and Floyd was 27. Oh my God. You guys, Floyd just fought a 5-year-old. Street fights aren't technical. Why do you think Floyd's bodyguards are 8 feet tall? He isn't designed for street fights. I also don't think Floyd will fight just completely in a boxing approach in a street fight. I just don't. But you're right. I'm not saying it's a for sure thing. I just don't think there's a great chance that Floyd Mayweather would lose a fight to a person that isn't a high level MMA, like grappler or MMA fighter. The one thing I'll give Logan Paul is that he's a legit wrestler. I mean, the takedown, if he does grab Floyd, it's over. If Floyd's tiny, small body gets grabbed by Logan Paul, it probably would be a wrap. He's probably not getting back up. He's probably getting taken down and not getting back up. That's a weird thing. Floyd couldn't even beat Chad Mendes in a street fight. Well, of course Floyd Mayweather isn't going to beat Chad Mendes in a street fight. Floyd Mayweather would never beat Chad Mendes in a street fight because Chad Mendes is a MMA fighter. I think there's far less talented fighters that would destroy, like Amanda Nunes. Unlike Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes in a street fight might be able to beat Floyd Mayweather. The problem is if Floyd hits her before she can grab him, it's over. But when you're that small and you're fighting a woman that walks around at 160 pounds, yeah, you're gonna get rocked. Amanda Nunes is no joke. And unlike Ronda Rousey, there are multiple accounts of Amanda Nunes straight boxing guys in the gym. I mean, sparring and harming men. I back you. I back. I back you. Trust me, I back. No, it's normal. It's normal. These guys, they were trying to hurt me. It's normal. It's normal. Coach, it's been 45 minutes. You haven't streamed in a week, and you haven't paid your respects and paid homage to Michael Vick. Michael, a.k.a. James Vick. I mean, I think I'm paying homage to Mr. Vick by simply fighting in his honor and in his spirit. James Vick's spirit lives within us all. You just saw me take a loss. You saw me lose to Kingfisher MMA. That was my James Vick spirit coming through when I lost to Kingfisher. Hey, Susan, welcome to the stream. Welcome to your team. My gosh, Susan. I'm going to say it first. God bless you, Susan. God bless you. Clips MP64 says, wait, so that voice again, but this time King Julian. King Julian. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's from. Dennis Poor loves states, and Dennis Poor loves countries. A shout out to Dennis Poor. So here we go. Amanda would kill Floyd, Kingfisher says. Yeah, I'm in that camp. Listen, Ronda Rousey was not going to beat Floyd Mayweather. Amanda Nunes is a different human being. No, who is King Julian? The lemur from Madagascar. I've never seen Madagascar in its entirety, I don't think. I've never seen it. I know what it is, but I don't know who that character is. I don't know who it is. I barely, that's another thing. All these Disney movies that a lot of people saw in there, I never saw those either. I haven't seen a bunch of movies from my childhood. Rousey could have beaten Floyd. What do you mean? What are you talking about? All about you. I'm sorry for yelling at you. I'm so sorry for yelling. Susan says, y'all tripping. Floyd would beat Amanda. There's no way. There's no way. All about you, blah, blah, blah says, in an MMA fight, I just don't know if Ronda would be able to grab Floyd. I just don't. I'm saying that fight happens at 35s. Ed was bullying me, Dennis Poor. At Dennis Poor, I appreciate you calling out Ed for his verbal abuse. Woo! And I want you to know, I'm keeping my eye on him. Ronda Rousey would not be able to grab Floyd. Yeah, I agree with Kingfisher. He says Ronda would not win against Floyd, in my opinion. Hold on, unless she gets a chance to take him down. But even then, one clean punch and it's over. Yeah, I think we learned that Ronda Rousey was like way hittable. She was extremely hittable. Like, when she would come in and grab for you, like, reaching in, like, what if Floyd just bop, bop? That would be it. That would be it. I mean, the way Ronda, if you watch Ronda's highlights, when she would get that takedown, it was weird almost. You'd watch these very competent, okay, so this is where he's right. Olympic level judoka cannot grab dude that's never been grabbed in his life. Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. So she is an Olympic level judoka. She is. That's why she could beat him. And I'm not. You're not. Woo! It's a wrap. I'm not saying Ed or all about your blah. Young sweet. All about your blah blah blah. I'm not saying that she cannot win. So you're right. Being an Olympic bronze medalist in judo makes you fully capable of smashing a Floyd Mayweather. If she grabs his jacket first, it's over. I mean, literally, if she gets a hold of Floyd Mayweather, he wouldn't live anymore. But my argument with you is that Floyd has way better footwork than Ronda Rousey ever dreamed of having, and his hands are insane. If she's coming in and she's grabbing and she's reaching for a Floyd Mayweather, I mean, it's hard to go. It's going to be hard for her, but you do have a valid point. So Susan says, Ed 20 says, I beat Coach is sat down with, I bet Coach is sat down tube socks on his Hello Kitty onesie sipping on a Mountain Dew. I do not drink Mountain Dew. All the rest may be true. Susan says, it's a reason women don't fight men in the UFC. Yeah, there is a good reason for that. I mean, there should be no women should ever fight a man in MMA. It should not happen. King Fisher says, I think like Floyd beat the F out of Canelo, and he has some of the best head movement in the game. Ronda has little head movement, so Floyd could land one of those punches for sure. Yes, absolutely. Finally, Coach got a finish. Yes, I finally did get a finish, Ed. How dare you? And so King Fisher says, and yeah, Ronda can take him down, but she won't get the chance to grab him without taking a hit. Yeah, she can get. All About Your Ball says Ronda could crab walk at that motherfucker. And he said, what? Wow, dude. All I can say is, oh man, I'm thirsty. Does anybody in here have some sweet tea? And anybody in here got some? Y'all got some sweet tea? I need. I need some unsweet tea, and I want. If y'all got some sweet tea, I'll take some damn sweet tea. If you got unsweet tea, my wife will take some unsweetened tea, unsweet tea. Excuse me. We're here in Louisville. I'm gonna drink some sweet tea. So yes, Kingfisher says Coach got a finish last time with Chandler. Shout out to Kingfisher MMA. Tell Ed that we got a finish in that last fight. Shout out to my man Kingfisher standing up for your boy, not allowing your boy Coach Heavyhand to get bullied by UK's biggest bully, the one and only Ed 20T. Gabby Garcia versus Floyd. Yeah, Gabby Garcia versus Floyd. Okay, I'm taking Gabby Garcia. Sorry, there is a difference there. Floyd's not punching Gabby Garcia in any sort of way. If it's in a ring, if Floyd can't just run away from Gabby, I'm taking Gabby. Gabby's gonna win that fight. Make no mistake. Make no mistake about it. Gabby's gonna win that fight. Coach, you funny. Thank you, my guy. I'm glad you find it funny. I hope you don't mean funny like a clown. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Just had to pick something up real quick. Hezbollah versus Floyd. We all know Hezbollah will be getting a tattoo of a teardrop under his right eye if that fight ever happens. There's going to be Tattoo City, Teardrop City underneath his eye, because Hezbollah will be catching a body if Floyd ever makes a mistake. God is good, and good is God, Dennis Poor. If All Much Ball says, if Floyd versus Ronda took place on a football field, then yeah, maybe Floyd. Dude, Floyd went, wow. All about your blah, blah, blah. I'm shocked that you have this strong of a stance on Floyd versus Ronda, and Ronda, like, Dana White and Joe Rogan sold you on the idea, and then we all watch Ronda Rousey get destroyed. It was no grappling. She tried to grab Amanda Nunes. Like, please, why? And I'm not being disrespectful. Please watch that fight. Please watch Amanda Nunes versus Ronda Rousey, and tell me how many times Ronda was able to grab Amanda. It wasn't like Amanda used, grappling skills to evade contact. She didn't need to, because she smashed Ronda. When Ronda was coming in, reaching and trying to grab her and all this stuff, she got smashed. She got punched in the mouth. You don't think a Floyd Mayweather, who's a much more competent striker, said Ronda Rousey got upset outside of a Saks Fifth Avenue and said, "I'm gonna dump you on your head, little man," and she came at him, he wouldn't bop and put her to sleep? It's over. And if I had to put money on it, I would. Coach, can you smell? If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Shout out to all 10 people that are in here. If you don't mind, look on your computer screen and look for a thumbs up. Move your mouse or that beautiful, sweet thumb of yours and hit that like. Hit the like. Hit that subscribe if you're not a part of the team. Why not? Get in the chat. Join us in the chat. And also, hit the notification so you know when we are here. Dennis Poor says, be nice. Another one. Ed 20 says, another one. Kill a coach. We're doing it. That's right. Kingfisher says, oh my God, you do that so good. Hey, Kingfisher, shout out to you. I try to bring the Rock spirit out of me when I do that. All bunch of blah, blah, blah says, if Ronda Rousey versus Floyd took place in one of these 10x10 regional rings, Floyd better pray Ronda lets go of that arm bar on time. Yeah, dude, so if the smaller the space that's required, so if we're shifting this from like a street fight scenario with Ronda versus Floyd, and we're now moving it to a 10x10, if the fight area gets smaller, yes, Ronda has a better chance, but I mean, I feel like I don't want to keep belaboring this point. And yes, Dennis Poor points out that Ronda was in the WWE. So a suplex or a stunner or a DDT, anything could happen to Floyd now that she's gained that experience as well. But let me tell you, she reaches in for Floyd, and she's going to, her teeth, she'll be looking for her teeth. And funny thing about Ronda, I'm a huge Ronda fan. You wouldn't believe it by what I'm saying right now. I'm a huge Ronda Rousey fan. I never saw her actually wrestle a full wrestling match. Floyd versus Merab. I'm going with Floyd all day. I'm going with Floyd all day. Floyd versus Clay Guida. Clay Guida would, that Clay Guida is I think he might be in his 50s and capable of beating Floyd. Any MMA fighter, and I'm joking about any MMA fighter, that you know of that's in the UFC right now would beat Floyd Mayweather in a fight at any point in Floyd's life after the point of them being in the UFC, unless something physically happens to them where they're no longer capable of fighting. All of them, all of the men would be able to beat Floyd Mayweather in any sort of street fight. I'm really overvaluing pure boxing. Well, no, I think he loses. I think he loses to Clay Guida. I definitely think he loses to Clay Guida, and I understand that. And I'm saying the opposite. I said Floyd is going to lose to every MMA fighter. Once again, every single one. So I don't think I'm undervaluing it. It says boxing's good for cardio and conditioning, but in a street fight it's useless. I disagree. I disagree that boxing is useless in a street fight. Boxing teaches you how to throw tight punches, keep your guard up. I mean, even though you don't have, oh no, what am I doing? You don't have gloves. Oh my God. What am I doing? Okay, I gotta calm down. This guy is, oh my God, look at my leg health already. I didn't even know he did that. Kingfish says, yeah, but boxing and MMA are different. Boxing is great, but MMA you learn. Hold on, I'll read that comment in just a second. I let this guy do a lot of damage to me. I don't even remember getting hit this much. Dennis Poor says, UFC versus WWE. In a fighting sport, I'm going to pick UFC, by the way, Dennis Poor. But I don't think it's a fair comparison. Lord Koji, who has over 10 years of real martial arts experience. He says, boxing saved. I think it cut out your comment. Boxing saved his tail a bunch of occasions. Yeah, I would agree with that, man. I would think so. I would like to have boxing. The most important skill in fighting is wrestling, of course. Wrestling is the most important. There's nothing like it. There's nothing more useful to know in a street fight than wrestling, or as a human being in a confrontation. Woo! It's a wrap! You know we had to do it big there. You know Dennis Poor said that he likes Stone Cold Steve Austin. And if Dennis Poor likes Stone Cold Steve Austin, you're going to get Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the bottom line! Because Stone Cold says so. You know what it is out here in these streets. Ed 20 says, I'm sorry, but boxers are not used to thinking about worrying about getting tackled, taken down, once they're in the ground. Yes, boxers are not used to that. Boxers are not accustomed. So I'm not saying that a boxer is going to be. I would take an MMA fighter over a boxer any day. If there was an MMA pyramid, meaning the most important skills would be at the bottom, wrestling would be the foundation. I agree. Susan says, Coach with a patent rear naked choke. That's right. Greatest wrestler ever. I had to. At Coach Evans, okay, Coach, you can play Stone Cold, but not Big Show. That's your copyright strike. Oh, my goodness. That's exactly right. So we are at over an hour now. I want to give fair breathing room to and by the way, our ranked record is 4-1. We did take a ranked loss today. Our very first fight of the day was a loss. And then your boy Kingfisher MMA came in here and absolutely smashed me as well. Had 2 decision losses to start today, but we came back strong and got some finishes. I mean, I consider this DNF a finish. So we got 4 finishes after that. I do want to fight. If Kingfisher MMA wants to run it back again, I think he said he wanted to do it one more time. We can do that. And then we can hop on over to Mortal Kombat. Striking, Lord Koji says, striking is as important in addition to grapples. If you want to knock out your opponent before they get you or rattle them for first before they take you down good. Yeah, absolutely. 3 of the 4 wins are finishes. I say 4 out of the 4 wins are finishes. I'm going to take all 4 of them, my friend. Or Suisin. Suisin, you always like to scrap. Or Ed 20. Anybody wants to get a scrap in before we move on to Mortal Kombat. I'm here for you. Yes. Kingfisher says we can go again. Let's do that up, my friends. Kingfisher MMA in the building. Wanted to get a lightweight scrap in. We're going to do that. He was in the game. Never apologize, Kingfisher. Thank you very much for just letting me know. I look forward to it. Hey, Clips MP64 is back. Great to have you back, my guy. Susan, we already got a fight in with Kingfisher about to go, so hold off on that invite, my man. I think I just sent Kingfisher MMA the invite. I think he'll be popping in here. He's here now. Oh, he said featherweight. I'm sorry. Featherweight is where he wants to be. So what are we dealing with here? But Suisin, it's been a week. You know what? We'll do this fight, and then Suisin will do one with you. I can't let this much time go by and not get a spar in at least with you. I mean, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you coming back in. So I'll be happy to get a spar in with you. Let's see. Coach, when will you play MK? Right after, so we're going to do this fight. Yeah, Ed 20 says that ping. Well, the ping wasn't that bad. The lag wasn't that bad. We're going to do this fight and then one more fight with Suisin. And then we're going to hop on over to MK. So that should take maybe 10 minutes. But then I'm going to take a little break. So probably in another 25 minutes, we'll be playing Mortal Kombat 11. Super excited to get back at it. Mortal Kombat 11, get some unranked fights in, and then we're going to do some league fights, some combat league fights, ranked Mortal Kombat fights. Those ranked fights are going to feature the Terminator, who is my main. Dennis Poor says, good luck, Coach. Thank you, Dennis Poor. Dennis Poor, I hope to see you. Oh, Romero Chavez! Welcome back to the stream. Welcome to your team, my guy. I appreciate you popping in, Romero Chavez, folks. Everybody give Romero Chavez some love and some respect. Romero, we're about to play Mortal Kombat 11 here after 2 fights. We're going to fight Kingfisher, and then we're going to fight Suisin. And then we're going to hop on over. The next stream will be Mortal Kombat 11. Of course, on PlayStation 5, I can't just switch games. I have to stop the stream and then start up a new game, which gives me a good time to get a break. Ed 20 says, guys, Coach Heavyhand says it's 20 minutes. It means 50. My wife just laughed at that, as she knows that is true. Funny story. My wife tells everybody is, if I'm leaving the apartment and my dog, tell my dog, hey, let's go for a walk, buddy. He won't get up and prepare to go to the door unless he sees me with my shoes on and my keys here's keys. He has to have all validation and all of my steps of preparation prior to leaving the house are done before he believes that I'm actually going to walk. Ramiro says, what do you think about the fight against Logan and Floyd? Oh my God. Ramiro Chavez, we were talking about that, and it was a terrible fight. I don't know I want to hear what you think too. It was just an awful fight to watch. It was boring. We got Floyd Mayweathered, which, I mean, he did what he did with Pacquiao, what he did with, I think to an extent with Conor, because even though the Conor fight was more entertaining, he didn't actually box. Did they get water out of your home, Coach? Yes, Dennis Poor, thank you for asking. They replaced all the walls that were damaged and, counter underneath the counter and a bunch of other things that need to get repaired as part of the water damage. They got it all fixed. Replaced the entire ceiling, kind of, the drywall in the ceiling. So it looks like new. Romero says, I think that is bad when I was at a party and cut it off halfway. Half the time they were it's so true. Like, if you're having a get together and you're like, okay guys, like, let's have a party, let's get together and watch the fight, I would take that off too. I guarantee you, I can entertain a room of people better than that fight. I mean, we'll play a game, we'll all laugh, we'll do something that is going to make everybody smile and have more fun. It would be more fun than it would be watching that. And that's hilarious that you said that. Hey, respect to you, Kingfisher MMA. Ed 20 says, were you late to your first date with your wife back in the day? I was absolutely not. When I know something's important, this is important. Streams are important. Things that I shouldn't say when I know something's important, but I was on time for my wife. At least the first one. But I was late many times afterwards, trust me. Many times in school, late to class. But I always did very well, fortunately. I am, as you can tell, Ramiro, by my voice, I am a tender 61 years old. Here we go. Getting it in with Kingfisher MMA. And Romero, Chavez, Mr. Chavez, I hope you stay. I hope you come back for our Mortal Kombat session. I want to get better. I want to fight skilled people. Seriously, Susan says, what is your age? I'm a geriatric millennial. I'm all of 38 years old. So that's what you guys can have. I am a geriatric millennial. Wait, Susan, you're 33. What? Are you serious? Susan, I don't know why. I'm looking at your... and Lord Koj, you might be a millennial too. You might be the latest millennial, if I'm not mistaken. You might be the latest edition millennial. I'm not sure. Maybe a year before you. I don't know. I know I'm not the oldest millennial, but I'm close. Pretty close. Dennis Ford says you're 38. Okay, yes, that's the word on the street, Dennis Ford. I told you these pieces of the puzzle will come out sooner and sooner, or more and more frequently, I should say. I don't know what sooner and sooner meant. Kingfisher MMA's submission defenses. Oh, that leg. Oh, not that. Luckily, that leg really didn't do anything because I was not going to be able to sink in that choke. Oh, Susan, I was about to say, looking at your profile pic. Now, keep in mind, I'm about 10 feet away from my my TV. It's a 65-inch OLED, so it's a very clear picture. But I'm just looking at it. It looks like part of your face is covered. I assumed you were like 17 years old. That's the story that's the autocomplete I've told myself. Respect, Kingfisher MMA bringing the heat today. All about your blah blah blah. Wait, Lord Koj says he's 41. Yeah, all about your blah blah says Lord Koj. Just curious, Who do you think would win in a cage fight? Jordan Burroughs or Canelo Alvarez? Ooh, that's a good question. I want the answer from Lord Koj. By the way, you guys, Lord Koj is the most experienced, I'm assuming, actual martial artist in here. He's done over 10 years of various types of martial arts. I want to hear what you think. If I'm going to guess, I'm going to say that Jordan Burroughs has a distinct advantage in a fight against Canelo. I think Jordan Burroughs, if I had to choose somebody's powers to have, I'm going to choose the wrestler. But let's hear what Lord Koj thinks. Here we go. Getting it in. Kingfisher says he's 21. I don't see. Coach, did you wash your hands after shower? Yes, after showering, you always wash your hands, as you've been, washing your genitals with those hands. So, got to give him another wash, of course. Kingfisher says he's 21. So Kingfisher, I don't know why. For some people, I just tell myself a story. For Kingfisher, I thought you were closer to my age, and I cannot explain why. I don't know. What is your real name? Tell us. Dennis Poor. Even that, one day, that will all, I think, my face, everything will come to light. I think eventually I'm just going to go full on me on the screen. I'm just not, I think it's good where it's at right now. I think we're good. I might do a OnlyFans. Thinking about doing an OnlyFans. I'm really doing a lot of squats. Get my my rear end in shape. Here we go. Kingfisher MMA bringing the heat. My goodness. Oh, I knew I was walking in there. Dennis Poor says, show us that pretty face. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Susan. Keeping the mystique. I like that. I like the idea of just keeping a faceless name or a faceless voice. My wife just said I should do the virtual thing, and I've thought about that, and I just, I don't know if I'm with that. Like I said, I don't think people like watching virtual, like, cartoon characters when they're, especially this demographic. People that are, MMA fans aren't here to watch cartoon people, My goodness. I don't even know who won this fight. Kingfisher MMA brought the heat, that's for sure. Coach looks like Will Ferrell. And once again, at 20, making my wife a snicker. Oh my God, Kingfisher embarrassing your boy once again. Kingfisher, I'm only using my best fighter. You've now embarrassed me, sir. You just beat me 2 times easily. There was no struggle for you. Let's look at the stats here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this beating. Okay. Ed 20 says, just figured out how to beat Coach. He just gave you the keys to the truck. Kingfisher MMA. We are dedicating this stream to you and those skills, my guy. You've turned it up on me today. I will come back for your head tomorrow. We are, to be fair, I used my 2 best fighters too. Well, that's good to know, my man. I need to bring you my very best, which I was trying my best. I was trying to beat you. You beat me. You beat a guy that was fully ready to try to win. I was not distracted. You beat me fair and square, and I'm coming back for you, Kingfisher. I expect to see you. You are kind of becoming a regular. You are becoming a regular, Kingfisher. And I will see you again, my friend. Shout out to your skills. You are a real one. Taj Tannen! Welcome back to the stream. Welcome to your team, my guy. You came in here just in time to catch the very end of the show. We are coming back, Taj Tannen. I expect to see you for Mortal Kombat, which is going to get started here in about 15 minutes. So you guys, I appreciate you so much. The first stream was more fun than I thought it would be. Not that I thought it wouldn't be fun, but it just surpassed even those expectations. Thank you so much for being here with me. I expect to see you here in about 15 minutes, and you know what's coming up next because I know what's coming up next. I'm going to catch you on the flip side. Peace. I'm out.